Hello, welcome to a video. In this video you'll see a comparison of the Youchoos sound fitted to a Heljan Class 370 and a Digitrains sound fitted to a similar locomotive. Now there are plenty of Class 370 sound chips available, be it from Lego Man Biffo, Jamie Goodman, etc. But these are the two that I've brought recently, so I thought would be a worthwhile comparison. It's worth calling out that there are a number of differences between the Class 370 and the refurbished 374s and upwards. So, one of my pet hates is hearing the sound of a starter motor when fitted to a Class 370. Good news is, both of these sounds are properly geared up for a Class 370. So, let's get into the details a bit behind the two locos. So, both of the two locos are fitted with Zimo MS990 sound chips. 37029, the blue one at the front, is fitted with the screw terminal version as the loco dates from 2020, whereas 37350 at the back has the latest pin related MS990, which are easier to remove and don't require to use a screwdriver. Also worth saying, both of the locos have exactly the same speaker, a 60 by 30 by 10mm speaker mounted in the underframe tanks and soldered to the boards. 37029 has been single motored, a legacy from when it was used on a DC layout, but ostensibly the two locos are otherwise the same despite the bodily differences. 37029 is fitted with a Youchoos sound system. This is their latest immersive drive, so it uses a recording taken in 2024 from 37215 of the Gloucester-Warwickshire Railway. 37350 has the Digitrains ZS 37p Proto Drive version 24 fitted. Now, at this stage, before I get into the sounds themselves and starting the two locos up, it's worth saying that both Youchoos and Digitrains have been brilliant to buy from. Youchoos have a great website with plenty of guides which show you how to fit the sound chips and how any modifications that you may need to make, like in the case of 37350 where you need to remove a couple of pins from the Zimo chip. Also, both of them offer add-ons like soldering services, so if you want to solder a stay alive capacitor to the board then you can, and equally the speaker, although in this instance neither of that was required for these two locos because of the nature of the chips themselves. So enough of that, let's get into the individual locos. So I'm going to start with 37029 first. So like a lot of the loco chips, this comes with a number of sound differences in startups. The first thing that you can do is turn on the oil priming pump. After running that, you can start the loco up. The loco idles nicely, and you can then adjust the sound of the loco using the usual CV values, but as well as function 27 and 28. There's two horns, as well as a brake sound on the F2 key. You can also press F7 to notch up, and F5 for clag. Now on the Youchoos sound, you have an F9 flange squeal. Now this can be applied at any time, and therefore, even when the loco is not moving, you can still get the flange squeal. Let's turn it off. The other thing you can get is the old Spirax valves. In addition, like many of the projects, this also enables the chip enables you to have the engine fan running as well. turn that off. Now on the Class 37, some of the later ones were fitted with a clutch mechanism, so the fan wasn't running all the time. So that's enough of the Youchoos version static. Let's have a look at the Digitrains one. Like the Youchoos version, the Digitrains version also has the oil priming pump, which would run before Class 37 starts up. You then have a choice of cold start, cold start's enabled by pressing F5 before you press F1 if you're using an old handset like I am with the Gauge Master Prodigy Advanced. The other thing you can have is speed up mode on the engine while stationary. Like the Youchoos one, there's also the opportunity to run the fan on F15. In addition, there are a number of other sounds as well, such as compressor, as well as some sounds around brake test. And the old Spirax valves as well, as you shut the sound down. I haven't gone through all of the sounds on both of these locos, but broadly, in terms of while they're stationary, those are the key sounds. Now the flange squeal only operates on the Digitrains strip when the loco's in movement. So in a minute, let's have a look at them in action. Both of the locos have inertia brake controls operated by F2. As in always with DCC Zimo chips, these are configurable through CV value 349. While you're going along, you can also gauge full thrash, or in the case of the Digitrains version, you can use their speed lock feature. So by setting the train at slow speed, or any speed, you can lock the train and then accelerate the engine speed separate. So in this instance, turning it up to full power, the loco doesn't actually get any quicker. Disabling F7 then enables the loco to return to being controlled by the speed controller. On Digitrains, they also enable you to have the sound for the horn, which is speed variable. So at higher speeds, the sound is actually different on the horn. As you'd expect, the lights are controllable, 0 being the marker lights, and in the case of this one, F22 being the headlights, with the tail lights on a separate setting. So that's enough of the Digitrains one. Let's have a look at the Youchoos loco. Unlike the Digitrains version, the Youchoos one doesn't have speed lock, but you can use F5 and F7 to adjust the thrash noises to suit your driving style. F7 gives you a notch up, and F5 gives you full clag. So, in terms of the two chips, I think you'll find they are absolutely brilliant chips in terms of sound files, and although they both drive in different ways to may suit your style, I really struggle to choose between the two of them, and I would happily put my business in terms of both Youchoos and Digitrains way going forward. Both enable you and able to have some good thrash with the Class 37s, even at slow speed, and both chips are easy enough to install. The support from both the vendors is fantastic, and I have to say I would recommend both of them. I hope you enjoyed. See you again soon.